Okay, so the first topic we're going to talk about is Guatemala trip. We went to Guatemala, which is based in Central America, and we decided which is a place me and Aman love to travel and like make content wherever we travel. So, and we hadn't done that in the last 2 years prior to that. So we.
Oh no! In fact, we didn't do it since like COVID because Humpy was in 2020, like
Yes.
15 days before
Yes.
lockdown began.
So that was 3 years.
Yeah, 4 years.
4
3
years.
years.
4 years.
3 years. Yeah.
Great. But yeah, we
3
decided
years. Yeah. 3.5. Yeah.
which is a good place to go around the Western Hemisphere, and we were like, Guatemala seems right. So we went to Guatemala, and we really wanted to like explore Guatemala, in a very like a different way than other people do. Where we wanted to go for most people want to go for like the touristy stuff, and we wanted to go for like the real raw experience. So as you do, not knowing about the country and what's going on in the country, we were like, let's do a road trip. So we did a road trip.
Yeah.
And
Of course, we did.
yeah, which we landed in
Yeah.
Guatemala City, and we went like Guatemala City is very central in Guatemala. So from Guatemala City, we went to the East Coast, and from the East Coast, we went to the north.
To the north. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then
Came back south.
then we came back
Yeah.
south, and we went to many places like Flores, then
Tikal.
Antigua, and
We in fact didn't touch Antigua, did we?
we
didn't.
we went.
I don't think we did. Yeah, that's the one we missed, Antigua and
Yeah,
Panamachal,
we
because
did. We
well,
did do that.
well, we'll tell you eventually. But yeah, I have a question. When you landed the first night, what was your first impression? Like you landed before me, as I remember
Yeah.
it, and you had once you got to the airport, customs and all that. But that was smooth, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
And then what did you do? Because I was not there for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Or no, maybe 4. I don't remember. Like, what were you doing?
Well, firstly, when you come to a foreign country, you really want to get connection. So I got as what normal people do, I got a SIM card, a local SIM card, and I connected my phone, found my way. I put we stayed in hostels. All of the places which we went to were hostels. So I put the maps to the nearest hostel, and I decided we had already decided that we want to do a road trip. So I went in the airport there was a rental car service, which it was very sketchy, by the way, because what happened was that we had booked a rental car service prior, and when I reached the airport, 2 men just came to me and said, "I'll get into the car," and I was like,
What?
okay then. They took me to this
Damn.
sketchy car, 2 people. One guy sat behind, I sat in the passenger seat, and I felt like a hostage already because what? I don't know these people. They could just kidnap me and ask for ransom or something. I have no idea.
Yeah.
So, and this was happening at 9 p.m., 10 p.m. at night. So I was pretty scared. But they turned out to be nice people. So basically the car rental agency was around 2 miles out from the airport. So they had take me from the airport to that car, the car agency, and then they sorted out the car for us. We got a very cute. What is the car? It was like a hatchback. It's like the smallest hatchback you'll ever see, and we were like, great, we love hatchbacks. So I picked up the hatchback, and I drove from there to the hostel, and I just reached the hostel, and by the time I reached the hostel and like settled down, Aman landed in the airport as well. So I took my car and drove to the airport, picked up Aman, and went back to the hostel. We parked the car, and we got settled in a hostel, and then we were like, what are we going to do? So we were like, what's the best thing you can do in Central America, South America? We went and got a drink. So, yep, we did. Me and Aman are very big beer fanatics. We really love drinking. Like we don't. I mean, at times you can drink a lot, but like we like to try different kinds of beverages in different kinds of countries. So we were like, what's Guatemala got to offer in terms of beer? So we were like, fortunately, there's a big strip of like bars and like clubs near our hostel. So we decided we'll walk to it, and we drank our first cerveza.
Cerveza, indeed. Yeah, that was a good start to Guatemala, man. Like it got me up to my energy. Okay, this is what we were here for. And honestly, it was. I was so glad to be there because it was warm. Like I didn't have to wear a jacket. I was in a t-shirt and shorts. And a day before that, it was already cold in Toronto where I was. And I was wearing jackets and walking around. I was so done with that, man. Like, damn, I was so relieved to be in warm weather.
Yep. Yeah, Canada weather is so trash. Like, anyone can agree to it. It's the worst thing ever. Me and Aman have constant debates about the fact that whose weather is good right now. I mean, LA is the most basic weather you'll ever get. It's sunny, but not too hot. It can get a little chilly, but not too chilly like Toronto does. It's like the most basic weather ever. So it was not much of a change for me personally because Guatemala was like on the warmer side.
Yeah.
So I didn't have much of a problem, but Aman had a great time because he got to escape from the cold and dry weather of Toronto.
Indeed.
But yeah, that's how we got to Toronto, and so that's how we got to Guatemala, and we had to exchange money. So the currency for Guatemala is, I can tell you.
Quetzal. It's the Quetzal, yeah.
Quetzales.
I still have a note around with me.
Quetzales.
Yeah, Quetzal. Quetzales would be plural, yeah. And I think
Quetzales is plural.
Yeah, so the Quetzal is like, I think it's 7 Quetzales is $1 Canadian. So not too bad. But yeah,
and
I mean,
basically $1 is basically like 1,000 Canadian dollars. So something like that. Like 10 cents is basically what that was. What is 7 quetzales?
7 quetzales is $1. Yeah.
I just spoke utter bullshit.
Yeah.
Like,
you said $1. It's $1,000. Like, bro.
I mean, it feels like it, you know,
exposed.
like.
It feels like it, honestly, yeah. But I mean,
Canadian money is mostly like monopoly money anyway, so it really doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's not even made of paper, dude. Like, imagine, how do you even live
What is
with
it
that?
made of?
I think it's plastic. I mean, most of it is.
Ah.
I mean, what does it look like, really? Let me see if I have a note.
Toronto is. So there's the exposed tea for this episode.
Yeah.
Toronto is not very world friendly. What's
Cash friendly.
Bio friendly.
Yeah.
Bio friendly because you're literally
environment friendly is what the
environment friendly is. That's the word. Because it's spitting out so much of plastic.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Anyway.
Justin Trudeau.
I don't think we've got to blame him though. I don't think he's the He's the,
I mean, he has the power to change it, and he's not doing it. So,
well, maybe. Yeah, he doesn't do it anyway. He has bigger problems.
but
All
but
right.
anyway, we are trying to expose Guatemala this episode, so let's do
Indeed.
that.
So here's a look at the 10 quetzales. So that's 10 quetzals.
Yes.
And there's a superhuman on it. There's a bird. There's a bird over there. I think
Yes.
I believe it's the national bird, of course. Has to be. And this bought me what? 3/4 of a pint of beer.
Yes.
To be
So
accurate.
you guys can equate how, like the equivalent buying power of other
Exactly.
things. Basically, 3/4 of a pint is the equivalent to everything.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. So after we reached Guatemala City, we called our friends because me and Aman actually hadn't met since a year, but I hadn't met a lot of my friends for like 2-3 years.
2 years, yeah.
So
actually, we didn't meet for 2 years as well, right? Because
we didn't meet for 2 years.
yeah,
as well.
we didn't meet for 2 years, just about more than 2 years, because you left for the States in what, July or no, sorry, August 23, was it? 21? 2021?
21.
Yeah, so it'd
August
been 2
2021.
years. Yeah, it'd been 2 years.
It'd been about 2 years.
That's right.
And our friend group has been like very tight knit.
Mm-hmm.
It was very tight knit in college as well. So it was very different for us to get split up. Like we have
Yeah.
been split up for a long time.
And all.
And so weird. It's
Yeah.
like we're just so used to seeing each other all the time. And we got split up in various directions. Like some of us are in London, some of us are in Toronto, some of us are in Pune, some in Mumbai, some in I have no
Yeah,
idea.
like-
We got split up in so many different
Yeah.
directions.
But I mean, we decided to finally do this, and it was the first coming together of sorts, I would call it. Right, and so first night we were in Guatemala. We had our cervezas to warm up. We bought some stuff. Smoked it too. No, it's not what you're thinking.
Mhm,
Just regular legal
Mhm.
stuff, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, yeah, it's true. It's true.
Yes, we're gonna keep this PG.
But well, and then the next morning, I believe 6 a.m. was it? We actually woke up at 5:30 in the morning, and we left off to go towards the north, which was we decided to
Flores.
do a long ass trip on our first day, 12 hours. Well, the map said 8 hours, honestly. The map said 8 hours to go to Flores.
Yeah.
And, well, we didn't expect to hit much traffic because we left early in the morning. So we had our GoPro out, we set it up, we were in the car, all packed up. And we were on the run. We started listening to some good music, some Spanish music too, because I had saved some. Thanks to my Spanish friends Hispanic friends here in Toronto. And we left off, and within about, I think as soon as we got out of the city and hit the highway, we slowed down. And why? I didn't want to take over.
We slowed down not because of landslide or like accident or anything like that. We slowed down in the middle of the highway because there were protests going on in Guatemala.
Yeah.
We knew about it. We were cautioned about it in a very
Brief
I don't know,
manner,
light scale,
it wouldn't be so, we wouldn't be affected by it as much, kind of thing.
Exactly. But when we reached there, we were like, oh, this seems more serious than it seems. Because we were stuck in that traffic. We probably traveled probably like a mile
About
like
3 hours. No,
like
2 hours.
we
2
started
hours,
we started a journey at like, let's say 8 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
8 a.m. or 6
No,
a.m.
no, no,
I
it
don't know,
was
something
it
like
was 6:30. It was 6:30. I remember.
yeah,
Yeah.
6:30 a.m. and until 2 p.m. we must have traveled a mile.
And a half.
A mile and a half. We traveled a mile and a half. So basically, it took us like about half an hour to get out of the city. So from 7 a.m. till 2 p.m., we were stuck in traffic and we traveled probably a mile and a half.
Yeah.
And
Hey, I see it as not as a mile and a half. I see it as 3 kilometers.
Great.
Value.
Yeah, 3 kilometers. We traveled 3 kilometers. And then I actually don't remember. When we started moving again, we were like, okay, that's fine. It's just a odd like traffic blockade or something like that.
Yeah.
So we traveled, and then we hit another traffic blockade.
Yeah.
Like maybe 2 hours later.
Yeah.
And we were like, what? Seriously, another one?
Yeah. And this happened every 2 hours. We'd move, like, we'd stop another hour and a half to, we had, like, probably a coffee with us, maybe a drink, a little snack, a couple of bananas, God knows what. And we had that for the rest of the day. I mean, we even stopped in the middle of the road, like, because there was nobody moving. We did a mini photo shoot. Like that was so much fun. We had all kinds of fun, but also a lot of pain.
It was a lot of pain.
Yeah.
Because imagine for like around 6 hours straight, just sitting in traffic.
Yeah.
In the heat.
Yeah.
In the heat.
It was starting to get hot. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we couldn't start air conditioning because we would be getting rid of fuel.
Yeah.
So we were like, oh, we at every half an hour point we were like, oh, it'll just start, like the traffic will like open up soon. So we're like, it's fine, we can endure this. And then at the 4 or 5 hour point, I was like, yeah, we are in trouble.
Yeah.
But somehow we got like at the halfway point to Rio Dulce, which is like a pretty popular like a bridge which connects the south to the north.
Yeah. So, it's very close to the Belize border. So
yes, to the Belize border. But just before that, actually, we were like, oh, this traffic is not moving. Let's go off road.
Oh yeah. So it was just I believe maybe 6-7ish. So it was about to get dark. Yeah. We picked up some food before that, luckily.
Luckily we picked up some food. And we went off road.
Yeah. Because I saw on the map that there was a little lane that we could bypass. Honestly, like it was a lane. It was showing it as a lane, and then we just connect to it and then join back in.
And we did that, but we found traffic over there as well.
Yeah.
Which was great. And also like it was not as much of traffic as the main road, but like it was very sketchy.
It was an off-road kind of
Google Maps was not even showing directions from there. Like we just went blindly into this small lane and we somehow made it to the main road again. And it was some sort of experience.
Yeah. Do you remember when we had taken that off-road route and we reached a block there as well? Do you remember there was a truck over there who was blocking our way, and then we had to kind of turn around. I got off the car to see what was happening, and of course I was using my I was trained by someone named Duolingo to speak in Spanish. So I was risen up some people just so that we could go, we are tourists and let us go kind of vibe.
Turista.
Yeah.
But we like at one point I definitely saw people like walking towards us, like a lot of people is walking towards us, and that
Yeah.
scares the shit out of me.
Yeah,
Because I was like, there's some angry villagers here who do not want us to be here.
that's right.
But it wasn't the case. They were extremely nice, everyone, and they let us through. And we traveled for like 4 hours straight in complete pitch black darkness, by the way.
Hmm.
And we reached Flores. And once we reached Flores, it was amazing. Like the hostel was great.
Yeah, it was so
people were
comforting.
amazing
Yeah,
as well.
honestly, yeah, that was a beautiful stay for
Yeah.
us. Honestly, I forgot where we stayed over there, man. What's the name of the place? Los Amigos.
actually,
Los Amigos.
Los Amigos.
Yes, yeah.
Los
As soon as we
Amigos.
entered the town,
And-
I remember there was some parties going
Yeah.
on. So we saw some beautiful
Mm-hmm.
people enjoying themselves. The town was bustling on it. There was good energy around town. And yeah, we went slowly driving through town, and we saw
Yep.
all this, and then eventually got to Los Amigos, where we
Yeah.
finally got in, settled ourselves in there, and went straight to bed.
Yep.
After
And I honestly, if
we
you-
didn't go to bed directly, did we? Did we have a cerveza?
We had a
probably
cerveza.
did, yeah, we probably did.
we did have a cerveza.
Yeah.
There was a lot of cervezas in this trip.
Yeah.
Because we needed to heal our bodily pains.
That's right.
And it was great. Like the travel was great. I out of every place which we went, Flores seems like such a great place to visit. If you do go to Guatemala, Flores has to be one of the places you go. Los Amigos is one of the most beautiful hostels I've ever been in.
Yeah.
So the people are great. It's the life of the party. Flores actually, the Los Amigos is actually situated in like a small island in Lake Flores. Like is it Lake Flores or something? There's basically a lake
Yeah.
around
I think so.
that
No.
island.
I think it's called something else. I'll have to pull it up to see what
called
it's
something.
actually called.
I don't know. It's called
Let me see.
Yago Peten Itza.
Yeah, if you say so, Aaron.
Yeah, it's Yago Peten Itza, and it's like it's a nice. Actually, it's a river. It's a river or it's a lake. I don't know, but anyway, it's like a water. It's a water body, and this hostel we were in. It's in a small island within that. And there's like a big bridge you need to cross to get to this island. And once we get there, it's so beautiful. Like the streets are very Spanish,
Yeah.
like tiled streets.
Yeah. Cobblestone, yeah.
There's clubs everywhere. Yeah, cobblestones basically everywhere. And there's clubs everywhere. There's places to drink. There's places
Yeah.
to enjoy. Yeah, and honestly, we found such beautiful and such sweet people over there.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I mean, I would love to show you guys somehow the things we saw over there, the things we experienced, but there's only so much we can do from a podcast. But maybe we can like add like images or snippets in the edit.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll definitely add. Yeah, when we put this out on YouTube, because it'll be a video format, we
Yeah.
can definitely do that. We can show you some footage of.
100%.
Yeah. But we probably shouldn't be saying
Yep.
this. It's kind of given, right?
Yeah, it's given. But yeah, so after Flores, when we reached Flores, we really wanted to go to one of the main attractions of going to Guatemala. We wanted to see the great Aztec architectures over there.
Not Aztec.
which,
Is it Aztec?
date back-
I mean, it's Mayan. Is that the same thing? I get confused, but yeah. Mayan. Let's call it Mayan.
Maybe it's the same thing. Maybe if I have offended any people here, I am sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I'm sure they don't. I'm sure there's people who don't identify as Aztec in today's date, but yeah, maybe let's call them Mayan.
Yeah. I don't know. It's one of the most beautiful places ever. I mean, Aman can talk to you about it. He knows a lot about it. But
yeah, well,
Tikal is one of the most.
Yeah, well, the Mayans have there's Mayan ruins all around America, Central America.
Yeah, I am
South
wrong.
America.
I am wrong about Aztec.
Yeah,
I'm wrong about Aztec. It's a Mayan civilization.
Yeah.
And it's a UNESCO World Heritage Site, which is one of the most beautiful things. Because like when you think about it, this these ruins were made like thousands of years ago.
Yeah, 100%.
For sure, thousands of years ago, and like these are these huge structures. And you really think to yourself, like, how did they even do that at that time?
Yeah, about 60 feet tall, and it's all stone.
Yeah.
You just can't imagine how they did that. You can't imagine. I mean, beautiful sites, yeah, and their temples, like, all closed up inside the middle of a forest. Phenomenal.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, and I have got facts to this actually. This Mayan structure was created around 400 or 300 BC. So that's around...
that's more than 2,000 years ago, yeah.
About 2,400 years ago.
Yeah.
So that's actually insane. Which also makes me believe that these guys were aliens. 100%. Like these, it had to have, like aliens had to have had some kind of
influence
hand in this.
There must be a UFO around there then, buried under the ruins, you think?
I feel so, because like civilization could not have had so much of like advanced techniques at that time, or maybe it did and it got lost as the years went by. But they clearly had a lot of advanced technology at the time.
Geez, stop being so judgmental, Aaron. Come on, dude. I mean, we are exposed, Steve, but we can expose them.
I'm just saying, in my opinion, you had to have been a very advanced civilization to do the things which I saw over there. And it's the same thing as Egypt. Like, how did the Great Pyramids come by?
Yeah.
There's no explanation to it. I mean, there are explanations to it. There's some theories to it, but like not really clearly proven. So there's something which the government is hiding from us, and
for sure
we don't have the means to figure it out. But we shall comment on it. But so after Flores and Tikal, which we saw, it was amazing place. Like we went through these beautiful like foresty I don't know, like a lot of forests were around us, and there was like this simple road which went through it, and it was such a
it was magical.
Beautiful drive. Yeah, and it's definitely Tikal, Flores in the north are the must-go places in Guatemala whenever you come.
Indeed.
And after Flores, we wanted to go to another a very beautiful place called Aman, where do you want to take it from here?
Jeez, wait, I forgot the name of that place, dude. Where was it?
No, okay, I remember. We went to
Semuk Champe, yeah.
We went to Semuk Champe. So Semuk Champe, if you don't know about it, Semuk Champe is one of the most beautiful places in the world. It is basically, I'm trying to pull up the thing. It consists of natural limestone. What? No, that's not it.
I think that is right.
That's
That
not
is
it.
right.
Oh yeah, it is it, but
It is
like
that.
it's basically a lagoon system, which there's this beautiful blue lagoons going through this very thick foresty location. It took us we basically traveled from Flores to Samuk Champe in a day, and by the time we reached Samuk Champe, the we're figuring out a way to get to our hostel, which is very difficult to get to apparently, because we called the people
Yeah.
at the hostel and we were like, we want to get here by like 10 p.m. and they simply said no,
Yeah.
you cannot come here
They
because
just straight up stopped us. Like,
they straight up stopped us, and we were like, okay, we cannot book a hostel right now because it's like 10 p.m. Who will take us?
yeah.
So they just said that try to find a close by city and go there and get to a hotel. And we were like, we don't want to do this. So we got to the nearby city and we just camped in a car. We just slept in a car and we waited until morning, and we set out again.
I think, yeah, at about
once we sat
7
down, we
in
were
the
like,
morning, yeah.
7 in the morning, and we were like, let's have some coffee, let's have some coffee, some
Yeah.
tea. We had some beautiful coffee and tea from this
Yeah.
small this small shop, and they were the sweetest people ever.
Yeah.
And,
Well, of course, you didn't understand anything, so I had to translate.
Aman, yeah. Throughout this whole trip, Aman was translating everything to me.
Yeah.
I spoke some things in my broken Spanish
Yeah.
to some people.
That was
but
nice,
yeah,
though. It
once
was
we
nice
got to
hearing your
Samuk
Spanish. You should enlighten us with some of
Yeah,
it. Yeah.
Should I speak some Spanish? No habla español.
Sí, habla
That's
español,
what
por favor.
Okay. But anyway, we set out from that nearby city to Samuk Champe, and we got to Samuk Champe around like afternoon time. And the hostel people actually told us that you cannot get to the hostel via car because our car was pretty small, and we were like, we can make it. It's not that hard of a drive. It is a very hard drive.
Yeah. Oh my
because you
god.
have
Like,
to-
we had to literally stop and leave our car in the town that was closest to Samuk Champe. We parked our car there. They told us to. All this. They told us to leave our car there and go in their 4x4. So we left our car there, got our belongings, and got into their 4x4. And we left that spot. And when we started going towards the actual location, Samuk Champe, it's in the middle of the hills. You wouldn't even know it's there. We went through the worst roads you can even imagine. Like, it was so bumpy. It was so muddy. It was obviously not a proper road. And of course, they were still working on it. So, it was really a bad road. And it was only these guys who could do it for us. So it was the hostel, I think, which actually sent for a car for us, I believe.
Yep. And so when the car came, we were like, okay, let's ditch our car at this weird looking gas station.
Yeah.
And we ditched our car. We didn't know what could happen because someone could just steal the car and go. But we were like, okay, it's fine. We'll figure it
Yeah.
out if it
At
happens.
this point, we were
But,
just like, okay, this is all in Guatemala's hands. We have no control.
Yep, we have no control. So we ditched our car, got into this car, which is owned by the hostel. They took us to through this like very rough terrain, and at some point we crossed like a river. We
Yeah.
like there was a bridge which was above like this river as well, which Aman jumped from later on as well.
Mm-hmm.
But we went through the bridge to the hostel, and this hostel you really can't put into words. It's this beautiful, beautiful hostel which looks like a resort, honestly. And
Yeah, I think I
had
would call it a
pool.
resort.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was much like a resort. It had a pool. It had like a bar which you could just go 24/7 to get like
Yeah.
anything from. And when we got there, you were like, okay, this is when we relax. So we just ate up. We ate a pizza. We just relaxed the whole day, and we met a friend there.
Yeah.
We met a fellow backpacker from London, actually.
That's right. Her name is
London, or she's from England, something.
somewhere in England. I'm not sure if
She's
it
from
was
England,
London
yeah.
exactly, but yeah. So Bryony was her name, and well, she was a really nice girl. I mean, she I think about our age, yeah. I think maybe older. I'm not sure. I don't remember exactly, but I think our age. And she told us all about her while we were having our cervezas. We were chilling together. Our whole point was that okay, we were staying in hostels. Our whole point was to actually socialize with these guys, and act like have fun with them. Yeah.
Yep, talk to them, and like we met Bryony while we were in the pool, actually.
Yeah.
We were just doing stupid content. I was doing like flips and
Dives,
stuff,
yeah.
and dives and stuff, and we were just taking footage of that. And Bryony in one corner was just reading a book.
Yeah.
So I was like, let's socialize. So I just went up to Bryony. I was like, hey, how's it going? What are you doing here?
Yeah.
And everything. Bryony actually worked in a corporate job before this. She
Yeah, I believe she was a
worked in this company.
manager of like Marks and Spencer's. That's my memory,
Marks and
but I'm not
Spencer's,
sure.
right.
Yeah.
But yeah, something like that. And she decided that, okay, I'm gonna keep my job on hold for a year.
Yeah.
And she decided that she wanted to travel everywhere in Central America and like certain places like Canada and so many other places.
All over the world, in fact.
And,
Yeah.
all over the world. She basically went on a backpacking trip to Guatemala, and then from Guatemala she went to Peru, I believe.
I don't remember honestly. No, I think.
But yeah, she was planning to go somewhere.
Costa Rica.
She wanted to go to Costa Rica, but yeah, after Costa Rica, she was going to go to different places.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's something which we both were like, that's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, we've always wanted to do. Yeah.
Yeah, we would love to do that in the future, but as the years come by, I don't see that as a possibility anymore, because like
maybe
life is catching up to us, responsibilities are catching up to us.
Yeah.
I have a girlfriend. I can't just ditch my girlfriend for a year and just go on a trip.
That's true.
That's unfortunately not possible.
Yeah.
Maybe like for a month I can do like something like a Guatemala trip of like a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could be done. But anyway, I'm going off topic. When we got to Summit Champe, we were really wanting to go to like the lagoon system, which we did. It was the most beautiful lagoon system you could ever imagine. Like the water was so blue.
I swear, like the first thing I did was pull out my film camera and start taking photos. But you remember we hiked all the way to the lagoons. It was quite
all the way to the lagoons.
Yeah, and my man right here, Aaron
very much
D'Souza, he ran out of breath within the first half an hour.
100%. I can hike for a long time, but I get gassed out very quickly. But I can maintain that gassed out self for a long time.
What
Let's
the
say that.
hell? Sure. Sure. Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
but we completed the hike. We got to the lagoons. We swam there. It was great. There were so many people around there.
Yeah.
But,
The water was nice
we
and
did
warm. Yeah.
yeah, water was nice and warm. We got to just chill around there. We'll add in like clips of that right now. But it was honestly one of the most, I don't know, out of this world kind of experiences. Like
Mhm.
when we live in Los Angeles and Toronto respectively, we don't think of this kind of places can even exist.
Yeah.
And we went to this place and I felt so disconnected from the real world.
Yeah.
It was amazing. And after we did that, we went back to the hostel, and the next day we actually wanted to go caving. So we went to this cave system.
Was it the
And,
same day? I think it was the same day. It was the same day, right?
Was it the same day?
Yeah, I believe it was.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
stayed
it
in
was the
South
same
Tamil for
day.
2 days. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
It was the same day. We went through this cave system. We had to literally swim through this cave system.
Yeah.
I lost a pair of shoes there somehow.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, that shoe is probably still.
I tore
have
through my
footage of
shoes.
it. I have footage of it. Yeah.
Yeah. My shoes are somewhere swimming in Guatemala. I really like those shoes as well.
Poor
Such a nice pair of shoes.
Yeah.
For Nikes, but yeah, I lost my shoes and then I was shoeless for most of it. And once we got out of the caves, I bought a new pair of shoes from there. But,
Yeah.
that's a conversation which you can have sometime else.
Yeah.
But yeah, we saw a lot of bats in that cave.
A lot of bats. Yeah. I remember like
There was like
to
Yeah.
hike to walk up. There was a ladder, and then there was one spot where you had to hold on to a rope. And so it was basically a waterfall inside the cave, and it was really heavy flow. And so to go up, because there was more to it, we had to hold on to this rope and actually go through the waterfall. So there was so much pressure with the water all over you that you had to hold the rope and still go up. It was so crazy. Yeah, I remember, I think there were two ways to go about it. I chose the one through
Yep.
the water. I think there was a ladder as well. I believe, Aaron, you did that one, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. Bryony and you
Yep.
did that one, and the guide as well, because he didn't want to compromise anybody. So, yeah. Right.
Yeah,
so,
and this cave had many opportunities to compromise people. Like you could easily drown in there.
yeah,
Like
it was deep.
like
Yeah,
is
it was deep.
there was parts of, exactly there was parts of it which like there was a water slide inside the cave, and if you went down the water slide, there's a lot of water pressure because the water is coming straight at
Yeah.
you. And once you get down that slide, there's no bottom
Yeah, it
to
was
it.
like dip.
So
yeah,
you need to.
that was insane.
There's
though.
no bottom to that.
Yeah.
So you need to swim and get to the nearest stone around you, and there's pitch black. You can't see anything.
Yeah. I remember I had my headlight, so it was kind of helping us navigate through.
Helping us navigate. Yeah. We had candles actually.
Yeah.
Candles to navigate for light. So anyway, we somehow got through the cave. I'm pretty sure I somehow like was about to drown in there, but I don't even remember. Probably I mean I'm not much of a great swimmer. Aman's very good swimmer. I can swim for like short amount of time, but like I will drown if there's no
Support.
like if the shore is not
There's no
close to me.
support.
I'm gone.
Please,
But,
please
yeah.
make sure you swim with Aaron if he goes swimming. I swear, he needs somebody. Please don't let him swim by himself, especially in open
Yeah,
waters.
I will drown.
Yeah.
I will drown.
God.
So yeah, that was the whole thing. And then when we got down to the caves, our instructor told us that we could jump from this pretty high like
But
bridge. which
Yeah.
we have footage of actually.
Yeah.
Aman and Bryony jumped from it. I was a pussy. I did not jump.
Yeah.
But there's some great footage of just like Aman jumping from the bridge and like going straight into the river.
Yeah, it was so
And,
satisfying, dude. Like, I think it was about
Yeah.
a 30-foot drop into the river, and this
Easy.
river, as it's a proper river. Imagine.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, but
Like
yeah,
a flowing river.
Yeah,
it's
a
like
flowing
it's a
river
pretty
with-
strong current.
Yeah, with a strong current, and it's about 40 meters wide, and with a strong current. And you jump as soon as you jump right into it. So we were instructed that as soon as you jump right into it, you start swimming and go towards shore, because otherwise you're going to get carried away. Yeah, I was luckily
That's why I did not jump in.
Yeah, luckily it was a pretty deep river. So as soon as I jumped, I could feel going into the water, staying there for like almost 2 seconds, and then coming back up naturally. Oh god,
Yep.
It was the most beautiful experience. Like, I swear, I would do it again if I had to. Of course, in the beginning, I took about maybe 20-25 minutes just to prepare for it, and I think there's
100%.
footage of that too. I was so scared because I'm scared of heights. Yeah.
I mean, if you see the jump and where like the height of it, anyone would be scared.
Yeah.
So that was an experience.
Yeah.
And then after that,
eventually we
we went back to the hostel.
no, you remember we went up the river north of the bridge against the current. Basically, there was a trail. Do you remember? And right outside the KFC, there was a swing.
Yeah.
And the lady who offered cervezas.
So we did like rope swinging.
Yeah.
We did rope swinging. Aman flung himself into the river again.
Yeah. So like it was.
I did actually.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
There was a rope swing. So
Even
it
I
was
did.
a rope swing which was really high, and basically you would, if this was land and this was a river, you would basically start from the land and you'd swing like that and dive into the water.
Yeah.
You have to jump off, of course, otherwise you're gonna come back and you're gonna hit yourself somewhere. But yeah, both of us did that. Brian did that. It was amazing. How did you feel about that, Aaron? At least you got to dive into the river. It was a pretty
great.
funny
Like,
landing, to be
I had
honest. I remember, like,
It was a very funny anyone and whoever knows me knows that I am like, if you have me in any like water body kind of
Mm.
experience, I will give you content. I will flop my way through it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was like, okay, cool. I'm gonna fling myself into this river, and I did it. Like very literally, and
Maybe
it
I'll
was
zoom in to
it
show
was
the fall.
Yes, and it was a bit of a struggle getting back to shore as well. We don't talk about that.
Yeah.
And
Bro, that was awesome. That was funny. Yeah, we should show that footage for sure.
yeah, we will show that. And then we walked up the stream and got to this really big waterfall.
Mhm.
And we took some nice pictures there, and it's very, very beautiful waterfall. And they made us sit into like these kind of like circular tubes, and they handed us a cerveza, and we were just
Rolling down
we got
the
in those
river.
tubes,
Yeah.
like holding each other for dear life, and drinking a cerveza as well.
Yeah.
And
I found that really interesting, to be honest.
I'm pretty sure.
The way we had to hold each other.
I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure I fell out of the tube as well.
No, I don't think you did.
I have a good memory of it.
Yeah, you did, but only while getting on.
While getting on,
Yeah.
I fell off the tube. Some of the beer got mixed in with the river.
Yeah.
I drank some of the
I'm
river.
pretty
like,
sure
the
you
river as
did.
well.
I'm pretty sure you did drink some
Yep.
of the river.
Yep.
Hell
Yep.
yeah.
I drank some of the river. But it was fine. It didn't taste very bad at all.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a very cool lazy river kind of experience, like literal lazy river experience.
It was nice. Very calming.
And then very, very calming.
Yeah.
And then we got to shore, and then we went back to the hostel, and that was our Samuk Shampa experience.
That's right. We played this really
And,
interesting game on a pool table, which we had learned back in Flores. Where basically you have one snooker ball, and the point is to hit another snooker ball with that ball by just sliding it across the table. And if you miss, you lose a life, kind of a thing. Out of 4 or 5, it's up to the players. And if you hit it, and if it goes in, if it does not go into the net, into the corners, the next person who's after you has to go and pick up the one and has to try again before the ball stops. That's right. Yeah, that was a fun game. I think this game should spread all over the world just to as a good icebreaker, you know?
Yeah, but it's a very good icebreaker.
Yeah.
And also, this is a time where we'll call intermission.
That's
because,
right.
I'm dog sitting for a dog. So, and he's about to arrive. So we will continue this podcast.
Brilliant.
In a different time. It'll be the same episode. We just edit it.
Yeah. Sweet.
Anyway, see you in part 2.
See you in part 2.